Week 1 is all about freeing your mind and connecting to your intuition. We will look inside and find what it is that actually moves you out from survival mode into really living. Welcome to the first episode of Imagine, a series I developed based on my own artistic practice for visualizing ideas, dreams and life desires, visualizing and manifesting them. I designed for you these beautiful worksheets, and we're gonna have the 4-week structure, as I explained already in the introduction. And welcome to week 1. So I'm not sure if you brought already, but it would be useful to bring or collect within the next week magazines, either about topics that you just like, things that make you feel good, or specific subjects that you like to read about, your interests, but you can also collect visual material from taking photographs throughout the day, bringing a photograph of yourself. This is very important. One photograph where you're having a really happy moment. Then bring pictures maybe of beloved ones if you also want to implement them in your vision. Then you can also collect items or just any kind of visual material that you find appealing, like either in terms of aesthetics or in terms of a situation, a scene, or something that inspires and attracts you. Then pens and pencils, maybe some glue or duct tape, scissors, and you can either use a small booklet for your visualization, or if you want to take it with you sometimes, or if you want, you can also put a huge piece of paper somewhere in your home, or cardboard. Feel free to use any materials. I make whole magazines for visualizing and manifesting. So I take a magazine that exists already and then I just glue other images on top of that. Also a solution. So that's all the materials that you will need, but if you don't have any of these today, don't worry. What would be useful though is a sheet of paper, but to have these printed is already enough. And yeah, then I'm out of the frame, so like this is better. And yeah, so for week 1, I've put down the sentence, for so long I was surviving, now I feel I'm actually living. So it's very important that you're living your vision, and living means implementing it in every day, and this can be really little things. I'll tell you a little bit more about this later. And also, for so long I was surviving, really make sure that you feel good about your vision. Dream yourself into a state of being where you're truly fulfilled and happy. Because it's all about the feeling in the end. All the manifestations that we're working on is just elements, situations, scenes, like people, situations, things that support you feeling good in the end. That's what it's all about. So look inside, and yeah, I invite you to make your dreams come true. In the beginning, I decided to let you start with a fun exercise, which is simply search for some soul music. Any kind of song that either reminds you of a situation in which you were really happy, or appeals to you, or just comes up in your mind right now. If you think about, like, what do I feel like, just take any song, or a song that makes you really, really feel good. Maybe you have a favorite song, maybe something there is currently on the radio that you like. So to just have a soundtrack for the next couple of weeks that we will implement as an anchor in your daily life to help you make your vision come true. And yes, I'm going to explain you a little bit about what are the elements of manifesting. So the magic of visualization and manifestation. What we're going to do is to appeal to different senses connected with your vision and implement it in your daily life through anchors. And so what is important is, how often do you think about your vision? We want to think that maybe the most helpful time to think about an idea, or the times when your idea really sinks into your subconscious, is in the morning and in the evening. So if you are creating your collage, I really recommend putting it next to your bed or looking at it before you go to sleep. It should be ideally something that makes you feel good also, so you can really see. I'm going to tell you a secret now, okay? Just as an example. When I was a child, when I was falling asleep, I don't know why, but every night I fell asleep, and I was sometimes really worried about life, but it really calmed me down when I was imagining like a TV menu like Netflix, and then I just selected the vision or the idea that I liked to start my dreams and my night. So basically that's something that I can really recommend with visualization as well, because if you're putting this next to your bed, it just works through you during the night, and you will see that all the elements that you are surrounding yourself with often, energy goes where energy flows, where attention goes. So energy goes where attention flows. So if you think about something at these times where it really sinks into your system and works with you, you're just gonna attract it effortlessly throughout the day in different realms of life. So it's important how often you think about it, maybe mornings, maybe in the evenings. I can also recommend to take a picture of your collage and put it on your phone. Then how long you think about it. So maybe you can set different elements in your house that remind you about your vision or dream. You can set a reminder on your phone. You can use your soundtrack as an alarm clock in the morning. You can, how else can you anchor your vision? Put it somewhere in the house, around, or some people prefer to just visualize an idea for an art project, for example, before you start working on a concept, or before you start working on a script, or before you just sit down and you close your eyes, or you really try to imagine some vision in as many aspects as possible. Sit down, close your eyes, and then really first take 5 minutes or so to imagine it, and then start the work. I really recommend this. Then how long you think about it. Can you envision as many details as possible? So when you have a vision, to also think about what materials, which colors are surrounding you, what are the people who are with you, what's your mood, what's your feeling in the moment, maybe even what are you saying, what time of the day, what other senses are feeling. So for example, if you have any haptic impressions in this moment or situation, if you have any smells that surround you, if you have a specific taste in your mouth that you would like to have, like really dream yourself into the senses. And then this also leads us to the next point. How intense is your feeling about this specific moment? I have experienced a couple of quite off manifestations in that area, but it's really, really helpful to attract energies or like what matches your thoughts. If you're trying to get, like, if you feel good, really think about the moment where you felt super excited or so extremely happy. If you're trying to find something that's relaxing, or if you try to envision something where you're more relaxed, for example, then really sit down and create this feeling in the now as much as you can already. And the material will accumulate. Then, yeah. And what is important, what I want to tell you before we even start with the first meditation or vision, is that please, please, dream big, and go bigger even. But make sure that in the moments where you compare your future vision with your current situation, you're not breaking. Because I did that to myself plenty of times. And I have suffered plenty of times from envisioning something without being able to implement it in the here and now in a way, or waiting for a fulfillment and then waiting in an endless desire of not fulfilled state of being. And it's just really not the state of happiness that really gets you towards your vision. So I put this quote in the beginning of these 4 weeks by Charlie Chaplin that says, "As I began to love myself, I quit stealing my own time and I stopped designing huge projects for the future. Today I only do what brings me joy and happiness, things I love to do and that make my heart cheer, and I do them in my own way and in my own rhythm. Today I call it simplicity." And that's really, it's really helpful to just break things down to how can I implement my vision in daily life already. And then maybe I'm just already happy with what I have because I managed to connect the feelings with some elements and put this into my daily life, or I'm really getting closer to my vision if I try to get this and also put it together with some tasks that I'm doing, but we'll get to this later. So now I invite you to, I hope that for creating your collage you can find a space where you're really calm and where you can sit quietly or have some time to relax and some peace to relax around, or space to relax around you. And yeah, I invite you to first arrive fully in your body. So maybe you just stroke your face a little bit and then over your arms. Really try to feel your physicality. Try to feel your arms holding each other, and then up the shoulders and your neck. And then be gentle with yourself. You can slowly Close your eyes and take a couple of breaths and really listen and let your shoulders sink down. Breathe. Maybe you want to put your hand on your heart. And relax. All your muscles just let loose and relax. And now choose a topic that's currently on your mind. It can either be a vision for your future, or it can also be a topic that's currently bothering you. Just see whatever comes up. And for whoever a problem comes up, I would like to invite you to go further and see already the vision of how your life would look like if this problem is solved. To not focus on the problem, because whenever you focus on the problem, you're just gonna make it. So try, and I know it's sometimes difficult to see through, but try to dissolve it, try to see through, and take your thoughts away where you're actually feeling good about the situation. Even though in all practical terms it might seem difficult. And if you see your vision, amazing, then try to look around you in your mind. Try to explore the space where you are. How does it look like? How does your life look like? How do you look like? Who is with you? Again, as I said, different materials. Think about the smell. Think about touch. Think about taste. Think about conversations or sounds that you hear. And really try to imagine every possible aspect of this vision. And as you immerse yourself in this vision, we'll try to project it into the future, as in how is it, or in which relation are you to this idea 1 year from now? Because it's also important to set a specific time frame for ideas, or to know how far, what is still to do, or what do I need for this, and how will I change with it. So project yourself with this vision 1 year from now into the future, and then see if anything about it changes. If you feel what you feel, how you feel, and then try to go even further with this vision 5 years from now. Is it relevant? In which ways is it relevant and affects your life? How did it change you? What did change in your life with it? How do you feel in 5 years with this vision? And then, as I hope you've become really a person, or equipped with all capabilities or all objects or things that you need to feel really good, as ideally you do already, but still imagine yourself in the now meeting this 5-year future self and ask, okay, so what can I do now to get closer to this vision? And as you receive your answer, you imagine walking a couple of steps back and meeting your vision from 1 year from now. And again you ask, so what can I do? Equipped with the knowledge from 5 years from now, with the 1 year from now, you ask, what can I do now? And then you slowly start to touch your face again, your neck. Feel yourself in the here and now. Maybe you can massage your chest a bit. And arrive back in the present. I hope that you enjoyed this short journey towards your future, and I would love to invite you to think about these 2 steps or moments that your future self advised you to, and then again think about Charlie Chaplin, who said that as I began to love myself, I quit stealing my own time and I stopped designing huge projects for the future, but that he started to doing things that make him joy, that bring him joy and happiness. So how could you live a life in which these advice pieces that you just received from your future selves in 2 different time distances of time, how could your life now be changed with these pieces of advice? So maybe it was big change. Break it down to baby steps. So I would love to hear on the second worksheet that I prepared for you. You have a part where I drew little baby steps. So there are 5 steps that you can take. So maybe during the next week you want to do 1 each day, or you can do very, very tiny steps already after this session. I really invite you to, actually, because immediate action is the best to bring it further and start the ball rolling down the hill. So think about really joyful, minimal things that you can do to get closer to your vision. And actually all along the way I invite you to consider that you could, even if you're trying to solve a problem, try to pursue the joyful aspects about it. Try to go towards pleasure, try to go towards the things that, even when things just need to be done, make it nice for you. Like, put your soundtrack on, make yourself comfortable, take a comfortable seating position, for example, if you have to do work. So really try to get yourself as much already in a good feeling on the way to pursue your vision. You don't need to bend or break for achieving your vision. That's something that I really have learned painfully on my journey, that it's the least helpful if you're bending and breaking. So just enjoy and make yourself feel good, and then pursue the vision or the idea that you have. Yeah, and take these 5 intuitive steps towards your vision. They should also be intuitive. Really something that just comes to your mind like this. Don't think about it too much. And I also have a quote from Albert Einstein for you, a very smart man. The intuitive man is a sacred gift and the rational mind is a faithful servant. We have created a society that honors the servant and has forgotten the gift. Trust your intuition all along the way, while we are creating the vision as much as in pursuing the vision. Trust your intuition the most. Yes, and with this intuition, I would like to quickly go back to your vision. So once again, but just for a short time, close your eyes and imagine the materials that surround you. Imagine the smell. By the way, it makes 2 times already that we're tapping into the vision. Imagine materials, smell, taste. What do you feel? What do you touch? What are you speaking? Whom are you talking to? How do you feel? Who is with you? All of these elements. And then open your eyes again. And now either you have a sheet of paper or you take in this area, you can also write it down with a pen, or you take a magazine, and we're gonna use 10 words that intuitively come to your mind after you have now created your vision, to also support your vision with some magic language. So for example, you can take a random magazine, open a random article. I do this very often, and it's interesting how close it sometimes even gets. And then just mark 10 words. Zack, zack, zack. And then you can either cut it with the scissors and stick it on this paper, or you write it down, or you just copy it. So take your time doing this. If you have no magazine yet, just write down 10 words. And okay, I hope you did it already. So with these words and your baby steps that you ideally do right after this session, I invite you to already put the words next to your bed. Look at them before you go to sleep and after you wake up as the first thing in the morning. Then really try to either collect images that you just take photographs of during your day, or collect print materials of magazines that you like for your collage, and think about if you would like to have it in a booklet, or if you want it as a big paper sheet or poster that you want to hang somewhere in your apartment where you pass by very often. And don't remember to choose your soul sound for the next couple of weeks, and if you like, set it as an alarm. Also, morning is a very good time to remind you of your vision. And then enjoy life, enjoy attracting the energies that make you feel hopefully really good. And I wish you a lot of fun visualizing, manifesting, and see you again soon. Week 1 is all about freeing your mind and connecting to your intuition. We will look inside and find what it is that actually moves you out from survival mode into really living.